my story, Chasing Rainbows. Chapter 3, New Beginnings. Albert was certain he heard someone moaning softly. It was almost impossible to hear, with the wind howling through the trees, but yes, there it was again. Almost like whispers on the wind, but someone was in distress. He reined the mare in gently, relit the oil lamp. He climbed down from the cart, tethered the animal to a nearby tree. With the snow coming down at a furious speed and the wind whipping up a spray of swirling drifts, it was hard to see from which direction the sounds were coming from. Holding the lamp high, feet thrusting through the soft snow, he brushed the snowflakes from his face. At first it was impossible to focus upon anything through the driving snow, but then, as his eyes adjusted to the glistening, pristine world, he saw a figure huddled upon the ground. As he drew near, it was obvious the person had taken a bad fall, as he saw blood seeping into the virgin snow. Then he gasped with astonishment as he saw it was a girl, and beheld the scene before him. For held close to her breast was a newborn baby. The girl was desperately trying to shield the naked infant from the driving snow and wind. She stared up at Albert, shivering with the cold, her eyes imploring, "Please help us," she gasped. She slumped over onto her side. Setting the lamp down, he noticed she had sustained a nasty graze to her forehead, and guessed she must have fallen from some distance. Albert hastened to help her. Realizing with some embarrassment the babe was still attached to its mother, he gently lifted her in his arms, taking care not to harm the little one. He carried the girl and infant to his cart and gently laid them within, covering them with his warm coat. He shivered with the cold as he climbed back upon the cart, but then it was only a short way to the cottage. He would soon have them safe and warm. Sarah would know what to do. It was fortunate he had found them, for they would have surely perished in this weather. "Come now, maid, try to take a little of this broth." Sarah gently raised the young woman's head from the pillow. Her eyes fluttered open, and she stared at Sarah in bewilderment, her eyes filled with confusion as she glanced about the room. "Where am I? Who are you?" she asked, wrapping the blanket securely around her. Sarah smiled. "Oh, such as awake you are! Praise be to God! We thought you would sleep forever. Here, try to take some of this broth. 'Tis good and nourishing, and will do you the world of good." She tried to tempt Jess, putting the spoon to her lips. The girl sipped at the broth, and it tasted delicious. Soon she had finished the bowl. Jess sank back against the pillows. "What happened to me?" She fingered the dainty silver cross fastened against her throat. Sarah squeezed her hand gently. "I'm Sarah. My grandson found you and baby huddled in the snow not far from here. Seems you took a nasty fall. Luckily you was not badly hurt. Just a nasty graze to your forehead." She smiled at the girl reassuringly. Images flashed through the girl's mind as she valiantly fought to remember. She recalled falling down the slope, then total blackness, until she became aware of an urgent need to push her child into the world before all became hazy. Then there was a young lad holding a lamp, staring at her in astonishment. She dimly recalled being lifted gently into the cart. Then the darkness closed around her. Where is my baby? What happened to my baby? She beseeched, tears trembling upon her eyelashes. Sarah gently stroked her hair. Poor child, must be imagining all sorts, she thought with compassion. Hush now, maid, 'tis all right. Your baby girl is safe and well. I'll fetch her to you, she reassured her. Poor child, she thought. The girl had been soaking wet and shivering with the cold when Albert had carried her into the kitchen. Sarah's brain had worked quickly with precision, realizing at once what had to be done. After Albert had carried the mother and infant into Sarah's bedroom and placed them upon her bed, she had sent Albert into the kitchen to boil water in the kettle and to gather all the towels he could find. Then she set to work cutting the cord and making the young mother and infant as comfortable as she could. By this time, Jess was beginning to come around, and the colour was coming back into her cheeks. The baby girl had uttered a few cries, then Sarah had bathed her in warm soapy water, and wrapping the infant in warm towels, she had laid her gently in the old wooden cradle. The cradle had once belonged to Gerald, and later passed down to Albert. Sarah had also kept various baby garments, which would be useful. She had gently touched the tiny garments, smiling as she remembered those happier times. Sarah had prepared some broth from the stew that was simmering in the pot upon the range, and was thankful that the girl had felt able to manage some. Now Sarah gently placed the infant into the young mother's arms and smiled reassuringly. Tell me your name, maid, she spoke softly. The girl uttered a sigh of relief as she looked upon her baby. Jess, my name's Jess, she replied, as the infant's rosebud mouth sought her nipple. She must be hungry already, she mused. Sarah patted her hand. So let her suckle a little. I'll leave you for a while. My grandson will be wanting his supper. Sarah moved away from the bed and hesitated, turned towards the girl as she reached the door. Just call if you need anything, Jess, she told her. Jess nodded. Thank you kindly for all you have done, Sarah, she replied with appreciation. Sarah gave a small chuckle. It was little enough, maid, she replied. She made her way downstairs, suddenly aware of how exhausted she felt. She was no longer a young woman, and tending the girl and newborn infant had taken a toll on her strength.